waited a bit too long to get up this morning, and I got behind. I was going to come out and take some photographs, but didn't work out that way. And I went out and got some breakfast. And on the way to the park here, I ended up helping an older couple change their really big tire on their SUV. And they're really, really lucky that it didn't kill them, because it did a lot of damage to their front fender when it blew out. So I guess everything happens for a reason, and getting here late was what needed to happen. So got a lot of folks on the trail today, out with their horses, and I'm going to take a hike and see what I can find. So I'm over at Morgan Run, Natural Environmental Area, which is just south of Westminster, Maryland. And it's December the 3rd. And let's face it, there's not a lot of color out right now. It's pretty brown, most things, but stuff like this puts the lie to that. There's color in here. Maybe not a lot of it, but sometimes you just gotta look for it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna find out here today. Worst case scenario is I get a good hike in. I have these really pretty burgundy colored berries going on here. And there's really not much nice for a background, but I'm just going to focus my attention right here inside of these berries, because you've got some in shadow, some in bright light, and the light is fairly low from behind me, so I'm hoping it'll give me some nice depth going on. I'm using a really wide open aperture because I don't want to see a focused background. I just want some of those berries in there. A little bit of a breeze today too, so I'm trying to get the fastest shutter speed I can to try and freeze all of it. And I'm going to try a couple of different exposure levels. I'm even going to wash a few out and see how it looks. That's part of the deal of all this. On days when you don't have, perfect skies, which, to be honest, totally clear sky like this, not that great for a lot of photography, because there's no, it's just very harsh lighting. But it's an opportunity to play around a little bit, get out and experiment, see what works and what doesn't work, and just find compositions where you wouldn't normally. Hopefully a couple of those might turn out. A little bit of experimenting going on. I have to be extra careful while I'm out today. Morgan Run caters to a lot of horses, so I have a feeling I'm going to be spending a little more time looking down today than up, if you get me. But there's a lot of birds, and some of them are kind of used to humans, so maybe I can get some good bird shots too. We'll see. I don't really have a good telephoto lens to use, which you really need for wildlife, because horses. Wild animals don't really like you to get close enough to take their picture. So it may turn out to just be a nice hike in the woods today. We'll see. I don't want to make too much noise stomping around. A lot of crunchy leaves, which is great fun, but if there is any wildlife out here, be sure to scare them away if I'm stomping around like a human. So try to walk as quietly as I can anyway. Okay, so there's not a lot of color left. Definitely not. Mostly brown. So what do? You give up? You go home? No. You look for form and shape. Things that don't require color. Line. All the wonderful trees just standing in a row, or you think in black and white. There's one lonely cricket on December the 3rd. Unfortunately, I think he's playing for an empty house. Well, it's not totally empty. I'm here. I knew it couldn't last. Oh well. It's been an uncommonly warm autumn overall. We're almost to winter. December 3rd. And I'm out without a jacket today. And my sleeves rolled up. That kind of gives me a little warning, though, that I have a feeling winter is going to get kind of bitter when it finally gets here. For now, I'll take it. But I have to admit, kind of looking forward to some snow. As a photographer, get out and play my way a little bit. Especially that first snowfall, when it just starts to coat brown leaves and grass. And you can hear all the little flakes tapping on the leaves. It's beautiful. Hopefully it won't be too awful long. And then I can have some good pictures of that too. Take a look up there. Bald eagles. There was a pair last week at Piney Run Lake, only a couple miles from here, as the bird flies. Yeah, I have to say there's a lot of brown today. Not too much getting my attention. My hike's only half done, so we'll see. Coming up on a little bit of a pine-filled area, so that might give me a little more opportunity for something. Have to take a look. Well, nothing really in there right now either. So I'm going to keep on trudging. But I think it might be a really nice spot when the snow comes. Peaceful and quiet. It'll also mean all the traffic about half a mile from here will be very quiet also. I guess I have about, I don't know, an hour and a half worth of daylight left. An actual, real, usable daylight. And although it has been a lovely hike, it's been not overly successful for photography. That's okay. All the ladies on their horses just came by a minute ago. Makes me miss riding. It's been a long time since I've spent more than 5 minutes on a horse. I guess I'll put that on my bucket list of things to do. Learn how to ride again. Spend a little more time doing it. I'm just kind of hoping I can get at least one really good shot today. There were some really pretty white birch back there, but I just couldn't find an angle that worked. There wasn't really I don't know, there really just wasn't a point of view that I thought was anything other than just, meh. So today is either a meh kind of day, or I just walk more and shoot less. I have this nice white birch behind me, which is catching a lot of light up against the sky. Now, if it had dark clouds from rain that had moved past, that'd be really stunning up against that, but I can always try it up against the blue and see what I get. And I have my polarizing filter on the front, so I can probably take some of the bright haze out of the background and I'll see what I get. Maybe I should do it in black and white, I don't know. So to give you a better idea of how the polarizing filter comes in handy today, I took 2 different pictures back there of a little bit different angle of those white birch trees. And I'm going to show you now the difference between the 2 of them. This first photo shows no polarizing filter being used. And you can see that although the trees look brighter than the background, they aren't as bright white as they could be, and certainly not as bright white as my eyes saw them. And in some places they even seem to fade into the blue background. And the blue is all one level of hazy pale. When you look at this second photo, you can tell immediately that it's cleaner and it's brighter. The tree is a much brighter white. The sky has much less haze in it and is a more vivid blue. There's a lot more contrast to the photo. And even the edges of the branches seem to be a lot cleaner because they're not lost in that haze that turning the polarizer filter helps to take away. It makes for a much better photo. Nice open little field area here, surrounded by trees. Perfect spot for owls in the evening and the nighttime. Unfortunately, this park closes at sunset, and I'll have to be out of here before then. But maybe if I can get in first thing in the morning, I can catch them before they go to sleep for the day. I know it's hard to see him up there. That bald eagle is just soaring. And of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, he decides to fly away. These little weeds here could be interesting. The way they're catching the light. Maybe if I bump the contrast up on them. I'll give it a try. Almost back to the car. Sat down to take a break. Not a great day for photography, but a really nice day for hiking. But I got a couple shots in there I'll play with when I get home. See what I can do with them. And if there's anything good, I'll share it. And if not, then I will head out another day.